Hey, James Santiago here, and I'm going to show you how to power all the stuff on this board using pedal power 4x4. Typically, you know, when I do stuff at home, I sometimes will build a board for a few days, tear it apart, do something else. It's sometimes just for a specific purpose or to create a sound, or I just have a board out to kind of mess with. This was something I was going to just play with, kind of keyboardy, synthy kind of sounds, experimental stuff. And I found that, you know, 2+ could do most of it, but really this was a job for 4x4. So let me show you the difference here. In general, 2+ is 8 outputs of isolated power, which this is also, it's 8 outputs as well. But difference here is 2 of the outs here are 250 milliamps of output, as opposed to 4 of the outputs here being 400, which is the reason it's called 4x4. It's 4 standard 100 milliamp outputs, just like the first 4 of 2+, but the other 4 here are high current 400 milliamp. So again, they're nearly the same size, it's just a little wider. So let's get this out of the way and get the power and all this stuff up. And there's going to be a couple of tricks we're going to try. Okay, let's try starting from the right side of the board. We've got a couple of things over there. Let's get the giggity. Okay, and that is fairly low current, so that I can just sit on a regular 100 milliamp out. Okay. We've also got the little FET driver overdrive. Again, another low current one, so I can also get another 100 milliamp out. Okay, we've got a tone print, which is about 60 something milliamps again, so way under the 100 threshold. So let's just stick that on another one here. Okay, that's done. And then we have the Echo Push there, and under 100, so we can just stick that here on this last 100 milliamp out. Okay, now this is where things are going to get a little different. So I've got 5 pedals left and 4 output sections of 400 milliamps. Now, what I want to do is get the M5 on its own output. So that's the first problem child here out of this stuff. This thing takes, I think it pulls up 350 milliamps or so. So that one, no matter what, has to have its own 400 milliamp section. So let's grab this 9 over here. Okay, done. And we got power. Okay, and now we've got the timeline. I can be here. That should get its own output as well. So let's give that a longer cable. I've got 2 lengths of cable, so let's get a longer one here. And we are going to put this here. And then there's power. Excellent. Okay, we've also got the blueSky. So let's give that some output as well. Over here on another 9. Hey, and there goes the amp. That's on. Okay. So here's where it's going to be a little different. The POG and the SuperEgo, well, not really high current, they still max out 100 milliamp out. This is their, I think, 150, 160, same thing kind of goes for this. So a little too much for 100 milliamp out and kind of underutilized on a 4 by themselves. But since they're kind of in the same ballpark, they're both digital, they're both, you know, Electro-Harmonix pedals and designed fairly similarly. We're going to just tie those 2 together and see if this works. So I've got one of the little cables here you can get on the Voodoo Lab website. It'll take 1 output from your 4x4 and give you 2 outputs. In fact, one side There's a little white stripe meaning it's ground lifted, so it'll help get rid of any other ground loops if there are any. So let's stick our cabling in here. 2 outputs. We'll stick one on this POG and one on the SuperEgo. Again, well under 400, and they can just share this 900 milliamp. We got sound. Awesome. So let's go ahead and see if this is all working. Yes, it is. Okay. Reverb. Modulated plate. Echo. I've got the SuperEgo here, which is cool. This M5 is in the SuperEgo's loop, so you'll see this send and return goes in here. So this only comes on when this is on, and it only affects that. So we can go here and pull something cool up, like a let's pick a little filter. And it's just on the effect.